Hello, Argyzatic. How you doing, folks? So, this is going to be one of them videos of just telling you what's happening, what's happened, where's Argyzatic been, why did it leave, why did it quit, why did it stop, what's been going on, why am I not on Facebook so much, or this, that, and the other. I'm not important or anything, but I have been asked. And I thought, you know what, just make one video that explains everything and get it out of the way and announce a few things. So, December 2019, I started employment with this company and loved the job, absolutely loved the job. I come away every day feeling happy, feeling useful, feeling tired, and not really having time to do the things that I like to do, and having to relearn the balance of things. So I was letting folk down because I'd taken too much on. I kept saying yes because people wanted the help, needed the help. There was nobody else doing it, or was being referred and what have you. I'd forgotten to say the words no and sorry, I'm busy, and it just all got a bit much. So I stepped back from the scene a bit and carried on working my day job, loving that. COVID hit, decided to make some videos here and filling my time when I was originally furloughed for I think it was 8 weeks to begin with. Or was it 4? I can't remember, but still, it wasn't that long. And then I was brought back in, and it was just like I restarted my job over again. And still loved my job, but there was more pressure because things weren't going so great for anyone, really. And the kind of jobs we were getting in were horrible. Just when places shut down and machines and the equipment stops working, when they come to switch it back on after so long it's shut down, they tend to fail quite dramatically, and it was just horrible. Some of the work was just really horrible. A lot of my work colleagues are probably vouch on that one. And you get it sent out and where you go from there. And I'd only been back a couple of months, and I had my holiday which was already booked, and by then the lockdown had eased a little bit, so people were allowed to go away on holiday, and it was a nice bit of a break, and kind of welcome, because I just came away from that tired. And then after the holiday, came back, worked another couple of months, and then myself and a few other colleagues were furloughed. And that was October. And I hadn't heard from work, maybe the odd letter from them. 2 letters, in fact. One to say we'll be in touch when we need you back, and another one to say that I hope everything's okay. We'll be in touch to get you back. No other communication from them. But I was speaking to some of my workmates, and they were getting busy. They were telling me they were getting busy. I'm like, okay, no problem. Why aren't I being called back? So it kind of plays on your mind a bit. And then I got told I was to come back to work and start work again. And then within a week, I was called into the office and laid off. It wasn't the fact that I was laid off that upset me. It was how I was laid off. And some of the things that were said by somebody that's supposed to be your boss hurts a lot. Some things that were said just complete and utter freaking bullshit as far as I'm concerned. And the people that I work with, you know, they agree. I reckon it was just somebody's inability to communicate properly. People skills, pretty shit. Could sell you a spanner if you didn't need it, but to properly communicate, no. Didn't know how to articulate themselves around me, so I lost my mojo. I lost my mojo because of that. And my one mistake in all of that was I was friends with the boss, the one that laid me off. And the things that were coming out of his mouth, I don't think I could ever forgive him for. So the fight or flight, the anxiety kicked in. And I, well, why couldn't you just done it while I was off? I'd already turned down 2 jobs. I'd done my job and been offered jobs while I was away on furlough, but stayed with yourselves out of loyalty, because that's the kind of person that I am. And he shared, and that, nah. To use my mental health for one, to use a health scare that I had last year, but to use my mental health when right that very second you felt shit, that was a low blow. That was a really low blow. And while they might have been thinking in their head, oh, it's business and what have you, nah. So I took it hard. No, I don't want to go into too much detail as to what happened so much, but that's the catalyst for a lot of this. I hide behind the facade of humour. People ask if I'm alright, and up to a certain degree, yeah, I'm alright. But I am depressed. Jason's spark isn't there, and I'll put a front up in front of everybody because I've got to be strong. I've got to be Mr. Dependable because that's who I am, who I was, who I still am. There's no point in telling somebody, chin up, Jay, you'll be fine, everything will be fine. You're talking to somebody that stresses about the smallest of things. Do I look alright? I'm looking at myself, the image on my phone coming back at me. I'm still overweight. I haven't done my hair today. It's Sunday, I know, but inside I'm not happy. My family life, I'm happy. I can't be happier. To be constantly worrying where the next penny's going to come from. To have to, while I was in furlough, my wife will vouch for me, and a couple of friends will also vouch for me. While I was on furlough, all I could think about was, I hope I've got a job at the end of this. I love my work. It helps define who you are. I'm an engineer. This is what I trained to do. This is what I'm qualified to do. And surplus to requirements, that's okay. But the age that I am, and it's with all the qualifications that I have, I'm either overqualified or too old. You know, they're all looking for university graduates that are fresh out of uni and cheap. And Mr. Argy here, I've got 30 years on you lot. I'm good at what I do. For the small amount of people that I've repaired things for my day job, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of people that I've helped over the 30 years that I've been doing what I've been doing. I don't know. That can vouch for what I'm good at doing. And to be told the contrary by somebody that doesn't know me well enough to make that judgment, that kind of hurt as well. So getting away from that, I started to procrastinate a bit, and worrying about money, worrying about getting a job, worrying about this, that and the other, worrying about my health, worrying about this. And I've started to make some positive changes that don't just help me out but can help others. And one of them is videos like this. And this is like a self-help. COVID effects has affected everyone. Whether it's the way it was handled by the powers that be, or whether it's people that you know that have passed on because of it, whether it's from COVID itself or mental health issues or what have you. It affects everybody, and it's affected me quite profoundly. I'd lost my mojo a bit. So doing this, if it helps other people just by talking about it and opening it up to allow like a forum to talk about it, then that's okay. I can't imagine a day without my family or my friends. And there are people that I know that have lost both. And there are people that have absolutely no one. And that scares me as well, to think that these people that have absolutely no one have gone through all of this with nothing, with no one. And in modern society, that's wrong. And yet there are people that are hell-bent on making things more complicated than they should be. Whether it's COVID was caused by 5G, see how that even got perpetuated, or right at the beginning, everybody was more concerned about how it come about, and it was and what have you, and wet market and in Wuhan or whatever. You see, that's all the trivial stuff. You should have been thinking instead, how are we going to deal with it? How are we going to deal with the fallout from it? Okay, saying, yeah, okay, folks, we're going to be, we've all got to stay indoors and can't meet up with anybody else and what have you, but that has a profound effect on everybody else, and I don't think there was anything put in place to allow people to have that vent. That was pretty upsetting. I don't think that's been handled properly. But I remember me and the wife were talking. We were having a walk down the road by where we live, and it was of an evening. And one of our friends that lives in the same village as us, she was walking with her son, and we brought it up. You know, it was actually said, you know, when we come out of all this, there's going to be a lot of bad out of it from people with mental health issues. I could see this coming, but I didn't realise it was going to be me that felt that way, that feels the way that he does. And while I don't feel helpless, I can see why some people do, or feel that they can't talk, and that upsets me. That deeply upsets me that they can't talk about it, and they'll hide behind other things to make it appear like everything's okay when it's not. And I just want those people to know, the people that know me, and if you're watching, that you can tell me, you can say it. It's okay to say it. If people don't know, they can't help you. So that's where I'm at the moment. I've lost my mojo, and then I decided that I'm going to start Argisatic repairs back up. I wanted to do it in a different way though. I wanted it in a way that worked for me, because the last time I just took everything on and just, I can tell you how bad things got at the old house. Just the amount of work that was just piling up, was just becoming overwhelming. And the other work that I either didn't get paid for it, or that sent me back, or people that had decided it's okay to say, yeah, I'll go for it. So you order the parts in, and then they go, oh no, I've gone with somebody else. How much that sets somebody back when you're doing it on your own, and you're not a big company, and it's coming out your own money. Yeah, blow like that, financial blow like that, that's pretty shit. So, Argisatic repairs is coming back. It's back, and it seems to be working okay at the minute. And I've even redesigned the website. I've built a system that allows me to book repairs in for myself. I've been a bit more efficient about things and changed the price structure to warrant my knowledge and my skills, rather than just trying to make it as cost effective as I can for everybody else. So yeah, that's back up and running. I've started this off so there's like a prelude to what's to come, and while it's not all going to be depressive, thank God, I do want to have a few videos where I can talk. So that it works for me. So where do we go from here? Argisatic, the videos will start coming with some repair videos on how to do this and how to do that. They're not going to be face-to-face kind of videos. They're going to be behind the camera kind of videos, because I really don't like seeing myself, let alone, I don't like this. So why should I have to put you through that? I'd rather you see the content for what it is, which is helpful and insightful videos to make you able to to maintain the equipment that you buy. Because if you're into retro gaming as seriously as a lot of people are, knowing how to maintain something safely and in a way that's going to prolong the life of that unit, then that's the way forward. I'm going to do a few collaborations with people. Retro Shed, Barry there. We've had a bit of a chat on a couple of bits and pieces. We've still got to finalise things, but that'll be an interesting video to do. I'm in talks with somebody else. I'm keeping it quiet a minute because it's on, like, we've not discussed it properly or anything properly. But I do think the idea that I have doesn't just help me out, it helps him out, and it'll help everybody in general, and it'll be a fun, enjoyable series of videos within the retro gaming scene. And yeah, a couple of other people. I do watch a few retro gaming channels still, not many. Kind of taken a a backseat on the retro gaming videos front, because they're all samey kind of stuff. And while it's all good content, there's only so many times where you can watch people say, well, here's what I've got from here, I went shopping and found this, or here's my collection, look at this now. To somebody like me that's not really materialistic, yeah, it looks nice, it looks great that you've got all that stuff and all that, but I'm not a collector as much. I just enjoy retro gaming when it suits me. I've become more of a casual retro gamer these days. Yeah, I'd rather be helping those out with problems than whether it's retro gaming or talk. I don't mind. The one thing I am going to say, the retro gaming scene, like every other hobby that has groups, seems to perpetuate more the differences, the divisiveness. Is that the word to use? The divisions in the community. They'll bring politics into it, or they'll bring or perpetuate hate. And really, we all know about one stupid frigging what's it, but people like him, they don't matter. They really don't matter. You just need to move forward from people like him. Stop giving people like him the attention that they need, because they do. They need that attention, whether it's positive or negative. Just don't give them the attention. The one thing that has bugged me a little bit, I was speaking with Barry about it a while back, and that's YouTube. You'll have 55 people that like a video, and they'll comment on how much they like that video and the content was great and what have you. And then you'll get one person that doesn't say anything, doesn't even watch the video, but because that person's made a video, they'll dislike it, or they'll just dislike it because they can. And while it's engagement, it's not really helping that person make content that's worth watching. And it can be demoralising to that person that they've spent all that time and somebody dislikes it, because it's only human nature for everybody to be like, well, a perfectionist. They want to do the best they can. So I don't care if you like or dislike the video that I make. It's immaterial. I'm not doing this for you, really. In one respect, it's for me. I like to hear my own voice sometimes. But I'd like to think that if you didn't like the video, that you'd say, I didn't like the video because, but do it in a way that's not hateful or include mum jokes and stuff like that. Yeah, that kind of thing. Perpetuate the hate. There's no need for it. There really isn't any need for it. And I'm not feeding trolls by saying this. I'm kind of saying they're trolls. Just ignore them. But if you're just going to dislike a video because the video's there, and it's just, I feel like clicking on dislike today because that's the kind of person I am. But then come out with things like, well, if you find out the grapevine that person dislikes the video because, well, I got disliked a lot of times, so I don't see why you shouldn't. And it's like, well, it's blatant there, you can see. And you can see it in the way that they post things elsewhere, and you can see that that person has kind of gone, well, I'm going to do it because I did it, I had it. Well, it's like it didn't do me any harm, so why can't you have it? That makes no sense. That doesn't help the content creator. A lot of us don't do this for popularity. They do it because they feel like they're part of a community that shares knowledge and share common interest. And here's what I know about this, and here's what I know about that. And I don't understand it. I just don't understand why somebody would do that. But it's engagement either way, as they say. So, on that note, I am going to make videos. You may like them, you may dislike them, I don't know. I'm not doing this for money, I'm doing this bit, this talky bit, that's self-help. And if I can help others, then so be it. But my how-to videos, that's for the community as a whole. That's putting my mark on things a bit. How I approach it might not be somebody else's approach. I'm aware of that. I'll accept criticism when it's due, and I will ban people straight off for perpetuating hate. If you feel like you're a sock puppet account now and you're looking at this video and thinking, what a cockwomble, that's alright, don't bother me in the slightest. You are not affecting my life in any way, shape or form. So move along. Or carry on doing it if it's going to stop you doing it for somebody else. Let's just make a better community as a whole. I prefer that than seeing some of the things that I've seen written by people, about people, towards people. It's not nice. There's a lot of people here that I'm friends with that work their damned hardest to make these videos work and make things work in a time when really what we need is a bit of an uplift. That's all they're trying to do, is add their mark to the uplift and help along the way. I do want to thank a lot of you for your support over the past few months. I want to thank my wife. She's been absolutely outstanding throughout, so supportive. My family as a whole. I couldn't ask for a better family. So proud of them. My friends, I want to thank you. I'm not going to name names and make you have a head the size of Gibraltar. You know who you are. I've thanked you enough over the years, and I am back. I am coming back, and I'll be back sooner than you think. Just let me make the videos when I'm ready. Let me do the stuff that I need to do when I'm ready to do it. And I hope this helps you all understand why I'm the way that I am. Okay, so on that note, you can all bugger off now. Alright, have a good one. Bye.